Have you ever stood on the top of a volcano? What about the biggest one on Earth? I have, and that volcano is in Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park is located in Wyoming, and it sits on the largest volcano on Earth. So large, scientists are now calling it a supervolcano, but it's dormant, for now at least. I went to Yellowstone Park 2 summers ago on a road trip with my family. After 30 hours in the car, I was convinced nothing was worth my butt hurting so bad, but I was wrong. Yellowstone is truly one of a kind. There's animals you can barely find anywhere else in a landscape of geysers, waterfalls, forests, and everything in between. But perhaps the most incredible part of Yellowstone is what lies beneath, the volcano. It's almost incomprehensible that something so destructive could also cause so much beauty. Yellowstone has given me a deeper appreciation for nature. One of the most breathtaking parts of Yellowstone is not only the animals, but the massive amount of encounters you have with them. Never in my life have I seen so many animals as closely as I did for the 1 week we spent in the park. In fact, one of the most distinctive parts of our trip was the constant traffic jams. I know what you're thinking, traffic jams in a national park? Well, for some reason, the bison's favorite place to stroll right along was in the middle of the road. We also saw bears, elk, and deer that all machine hunters dream about. These massive creatures were awesome, but there's still plenty to be said about the smaller animals in Yellowstone. We saw yellow-bellied marmots, we saw wolves and coyotes, we heard birds chirp, and we attempted to catch a huge trout. Each experience was memorable and thought-provoking. The challenge of Yellowstone is not finding the animals or the gorgeous antlers. It's instead deciding what to look at. For example, when you finally take your eyes off the buffalo on the road, you realize how much more there is to see. Mountains, geysers, forests, rivers, the lake, the canyon, just to name a few. One experience I'll never forget is hiking to Inspiration Point at the top of Yellowstone Canyon. You look down at forests and the river below and are immediately amazed. It's a view you know you'll remember for the rest of your life. Another I'll never forget is Mammoth Springs. Imagine a lot of small waterfalls, frozen over and crystallized. But also, there's an elk walking on top of it. Pretty amazing, right? You won't see that anywhere else. You'll also never see anything like the Grand Prismatic. The only way to describe it is a huge, bright blue puddle surrounded by a rainbow with smoke rolling off of it. Pretty cool. It's a beautiful hot spring, which is a common characteristic of Yellowstone. Even though the landscape is beautiful, what lies beneath is still insanely dangerous. For example, when Yellowstone explodes, it will destroy everything within miles, cover the U.S. in ash, and probably block out the sun. Only humans would create a huge tourist trap on the biggest volcano on the planet. So how is it that when I was there, I didn't even think about it? All I could think about was the beauty that was right in front of me. From wildlife to wild views, the sights brought me closer to nature. I have a great appreciation for the place and the beauty it holds, which in turn has caused me to notice more beauty around me. There's beautiful irony in the biggest volcano on Earth also being one of the best places to visit and appreciate nature. It's not deadly because of bears, bison, wolves, or coyotes, but because of the landscape itself, the largest volcano on Earth that has the potential to kill millions. So why do thousands come to visit every year? As crazy as it sounds, Yellowstone is that beautiful and that special. There are animals you can barely see anywhere else, and a landscape you actually can't see anywhere else. But on top of it all, you can say you're standing on a super volcano. If that's not the definition of unique, then I don't know what is. And that's precisely what Yellowstone is. Unique. I mean, where else would you wait in a 45-minute long traffic jam for a buffalo?